Soomlasest mängujuht Severi Kaukiainen on esimene kohaliku liiga välismängija, kes leidnud tee Mängumeeste korvpallisaatesse. Kahtlemata põhjusel, et senise 3 hooaja jooksul on ta jätnud kohalikele korvpallisõpradele vägagi sümpaatse mulje.
No nii, soomlane otsib ja tahab panna isuga ja paneb ka!
Well, Severi was the first option that my parents wanted, and then Tino was something that my mom really liked, and then Kalev is my grandpa's name, so my mom's dad was Kalev, so that's why I am Severi Tino Kalev Kaukiainen. My dad was a professional athlete himself. He was a Finnish baseball player. I don't know if many Estonians know about Finnish baseball, but it's our national sport. It's you can check it from YouTube. You can find pretty good clips from it, also in English, that explains it. But yeah, he was an athlete, so it played a part for sure. Because when I was younger, going to his games and always at home having a ball in my hands or kicking football or kind of always wanted to be a professional athlete.
Eventually you had to choose between basketball and football.
To be honest, I would have liked to continue at least a couple more years with both, because for me, I think it's good for young kids to play multiple sports and not just start to play one sport too early. But then my football coach at the time, he didn't like the fact that much that I was playing both sports, and then I kind of made the decision to my dad. I was like now I'm gonna play basketball. It's way more fun to me. I felt really home in basketball practices, so that's how it started. In my hometown Kotka, there's a lot of basketball history there, and some would say it's a basketball town. We had a first league team. As a young player, I wanted to play in the first team. When I got there, then I kind of decided, make it as far as I can, and I want to kind of check all the boxes and not leave anything, so that I end up somewhere, not playing basketball, and then I'm telling stories to everybody. I could have been this, I could have been that. At young age, I already decided that I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna put all my effort into this if I start, and then let's see how far it will take me.
And quite a coincidence that Kalev Cramo's head coach Anton Mirolyubov was basically your first head coach when you started pro career at your own town.
Anton was the head coach for the men's team when I was, I think I was 16 years old, and that was the first time a coach took me to the men's team practice. I started to I played with the juniors, and then also I practiced with the men's team. So that was my first touch in men's basketball and professional basketball. So I'm really thankful for that, for Anton, and I learned a lot.
Severi was a young school kid that time. It was exactly like 10 years ago, 11 years ago, when I coached him in KTP in the first league. And Severi he was hardworking for sure. He was humble at that time, but already at that time you kind of saw that he knows what he wants to do. He knows he was decisive on the things where he wanted to be better and how he wanted to work and all this. So you saw that he made his mind early that he loves the game and he wants to work on the game. For sure, I was thinking that he will have a good career in basketball. Wasn't sure that how much can he play outside of Finland or not, but he did his job so that he was able to do that as well.
Profikarjäär algas sümboolselt kodulinnas Kotkas, praeguse Kalevi peatreeneri Anton Miroljubovi käe all. Küll käis ta enne välismaale pääsemist läbi ka teisi koduliiga klubisid.
I wanted to stay in Kotka, of course. Like it was, as a kid, as a young player, it was my goal to kind of move up on the ladder in my hometown and start to be a better player there and get big role there. But then we had a coaching change and we took a lot of players there in my position. And then from Kouvola, the coach called me and said that they had this thing that they're gonna have a team also in men's second league. So you could play big minutes and big role in the second league and also try to grow your role and get playing time in the first league eventually. I felt like that's the best place for me to improve as a player. So that's why I left.
After COVID, you had the last season with Kouvola. It was a good one. And one of the league's biggest teams, Kaukiainen, brought you in, where you also had 2 great seasons, and not only in Finland, you were also successful in Europe.
On my first year, we won the Finnish championship. We had a really great season there, and then I decided to stay for the second season also. Then second year, we played really well in FIBA Europe Cup. We got to the final 4. Unfortunately, we lost in the finals in Finland, but I was named the MVP of the Finnish league that year.
That opened some doors as you went first time outside to Slovakia. The team Levice, a team which is quite familiar also to us.
We played against Levice with Karhu. We played in Champions League qualifiers, we played against them, and then on the second stage of FIBA Europe Cup, we played against them twice. We beat them both times in the regular season, and I had pretty okay games. So I think the coach really liked what he saw, and I was really honored that he called me during the summer, and he really wanted me to join them, and so that's why I left there.
You dropped out from the FIBA Europe Cup, then you decided to leave Levice and come here to Cramo.
I had the option in my contract that when we drop out from Europe Cup, then I have a 2-week period of buyout that I can leave for free. And then all of a sudden, Heiko calls me, and I was like, hello, who is this? And then it's Heiko Rannola from Kalev. I was like, what? It's basically a dream come through at that time. I was like they really want me here, and as you know, Heiko, pretty short and sweet, straight to the point, and all of a sudden I was on the plane and coming to Tallinn.
Lisaks sellele, et Soome on meist sisuliselt vaid kiviviske kaugusel, oleme põhjanaabritega ka võrdlemisi sarnased. Kaukiainen tunneb end Tallinnas äärmiselt koduselt, mis on ka üks peamistest põhjustest, miks tal on Kalevis käsil juba 3. järjestikune hooaeg.
This summer, when I came here for the Kalev Cramo, the kids basketball camp, the moment I stepped out from the ferry to Tallinn, I was like, damn, this feels like home, even though I was living in Helsinki and I was living in my hometown Kotka, but when I came here, it felt like really like it has become a home for me. So, and that also I gotta point out that what I like about Estonia in general is that how quick all the decisions are, how quick you can move, as a small country, and you have been developing a lot during these years. And it's funny when my friends come from Finland, and I show them Tallinn a little bit more than just the old town. So they're like, Tallinn is a lot more than only come from the terminal, go to Old Town, then go to Superalko, and then go back. And I was like, yeah, look, here's more. Here's more nice places to go. And they're like, this has, the city has evolved a lot.
You have been living here now for 2 years. Do you see any kind of differences to point out, or basically we are similar northern people?
For the most part, I think we are pretty similar. at first maybe a little bit quiet, you know, a little bit like not talk so much, but after we get used to each other and used to the situation, you know, then, you know, it brings out the best of, you know, us Estonians and Finns also, but it seems pretty similar, so I cannot tell you any big differences, not even the small ones actually right now, but I think it's pretty similar.
But in that case, was it easier for you, you know, to blend in, to start talking with Estonians, to, you know, blend in the team?
Yeah, definitely. You know, all the Finn jokes came out, and you know, I actually learned a couple new ones also, and I think there is this like brotherly love in some way, and also like when the languages are pretty similar, you know, the more I spend time in the practices in the locker room listening, you know, the more I realize that I'm starting to understand what they're talking about, and that way I've learned a little bit Estonian already. So,
how's it going with the language? As you said, you're already starting to understand. We know that our former head coach Jukka learned it really quickly. What about you?
Yeah, I don't know. Jukka is. I gotta tip my cap to Jukka. You know, it was really impressive that he started to speak it fluently so quickly. But yeah, I also like. I've picked it up. Like I said, I've picked it up and. During my time here, and it's getting better, but I'm not gonna talk in Estonia right now. Kreeks, kuidas on? Back. Sa ei tea? Vaatame.
Oota, sinu saade on?
Jah?
Sinu saade on?
Jah.
On? Täitsa suvaliselt ütlesid praegu ja said aru?
Mä ei aru.
Ei saanud või?
Ei.
Ma proovin Severiga eesti keeles rääkida, et aru saab ta üsna palju, aga vahepeal ta ütleb, et ei, ma ei saa mitte midagi aru, mida sa räägid, aga ma ikkagi proovin teda survestada, et ta eesti keelest aru saaks. Saab ka, üsna palju saab, aga rääkida vastu ei oska. Eks ta oskab neid, mida me õpetame, need enamasti ropsõnad, et nendest ta saab kõik aru.
How long is the game?
Reed never talks to you, and when the cameras are around, he's talking.
Reed likes a little bit like this publicity.
Rannul aastatel olid Kalevis mängijatele kõrged nõudmised. See oli ilmselt ka põhjuseks, miks Severi kohe alguses oma parimat mängu näidata ei suutnud.
There definitely was a time that I needed to adjust, and it was way harder than I expected.
What made it hard?
That was the thing. I didn't know, and I'm not sure. You know, I think it's with Heiko, like it was. There was a lot of details in the you know system. There was a lot of different set plays. That was probably for me the first thing to kind of get familiar with system and also get familiar with my teammates. You know what they like to do, especially as a point guard. When I played in Finland and our team, we played really fast-paced game. So I felt like that was one thing to adapt, since we played pretty much like extra fast in Finland, and then here it's maybe a little bit more like controlled offenses. But I tried to, I learned the set plays. I remember I was studying, in my apartment. I was like, I really need to get this down, and I need to as fast as possible. And I was looking film. I was asking for playbook from coaches, and I don't know. I think it was like at least like a month. But then there was games that we went with like 7 players, 8 players. So, and those were the games that all of a sudden I felt like, hey, now I'm starting to get the hang of it. And then there was this cup in Saaremaa, which was basically the first time I really felt like now I'm really getting the hang of it, and it was a good experience.
So first you won the title and Heiko stayed as the head coach. I assume for you it was a no-brainer to also have a full season with Kalev.
Yes, it was like right when the season ended, I was not listening to any other offers. I was just waiting until Heiko, is he gonna sign back or not? Once he signed back, then couple of weeks after, I signed also, and it was, like you said, it was a no-brainer.
As we remember last season, Heikko left after the cup final. How hard was it to regroup as a team?
Of course it was hard. Luckily, we had a good core group of guys who had been here for a long time already. First of all, Indrek did a really good job, and then the experienced guys in the team, helped also a lot, and they took a lot more responsibility on being leaders and getting the team together and stuff like that. So it was tough, but I think we managed it pretty well. These guys are the one of the reasons I'm still here, that I want to be here. They are my friends. They are, really close to me. We can do stuff not related to basketball, just things that friends do, and things that friends talk, It's more than just, teammates. It's friends. So it's a big part of the reason that I enjoy my time here.
Me oleme päris lähedased, et ta on alati õnneks see tüüp, kes kui me lähme kuskile välisriiki ja tahaks natuke ringi jalutada seal võib-olla peale pikka reisi, siis ta on alati nõus välja tulema ja need vestlused võib-olla siis lähevad ka natuke südamlikumaks kui lihtsalt kossu jutt. Et ta on väga meeldiv vestluskaaslane, ta on üsna vaikne, rahulik mees, et ta ei ole kuidagi selline riietusruumis mingi energiapomm ta ei ole, aga samas kui temaga rääkida, siis ta oskab nalja ka visata.
He's the teammate everybody would like to have in their team for sure. Like I remember when I arrived here, like you said, in December, he made me feel really comfortable from the beginning, and he helped me a lot, talking to me, going through some stuff, also doing stuff not related to basketball. We went for lunch, we talked this and that, we became friends pretty quickly. And like I said, he's the guy you want in your team,
Who's the funniest guy in the team? Is it even a question?
Yeah, probably Preet. Preet is the one guy that I like. Sometimes I'm like, I wish I could speak Estonian better, or I wish I would understand Estonian even more, because I feel like his jokes always get people laughing, and luckily now I understand a lot more than when I came here, so I can really, understand and laugh also about it. But I love Preet. He's a great guy to be around.
Tal on nagu kõik olemas, mida korvpallis vaja on, et ei ta hiline kunagi, ei ta hädalda, ta meie kui siis selle meditsiinipersonali poole pealt vastutavad, siis meie jaoks kõige ideaalsem inimene. Et alati kui mingi häda on, siis ta tuleb täitsa viimases hädas meie juurde, et meie jaoks üli mugav, et kunagi tegelema ei pea, et saab enamasti ise hakkama. Täiesti viimases hädas tuleb, et ta on meie jaoks ideaalne korvpallur. Temas on kõik asjad olemas. Kui on platsi peal, siis ta on 100% platsi peal. Kui on väljaminek, siis ta on 100% väljas ka. Et ta ikkagi annab endast kõik, et oleks täis tiimi vend.
Räägime jõusuoli poolest ka. Kui kõva jõusuoli hunt see Soome mees on?
No see talle väga meeldib. Vahepeal isegi proovime niimoodi, et enne mängu sihukese kõva nähvaka panna. Ta on sihuke vanakooli vend, et kellele meeldivad rinnale võtud ja kükid, et sihukene jõus oli jälle väga töökas, et ükskõik mis harjutused ette on, et seda ta teeb. Aga meeldib sihukene, ikka tugevalt niimoodi, et telefoni ta kunagi kaasa ei võtta, teeb kõik oma asjad ära ja teeb isegi alati rohkem iseenda jaoks ka.
His mentality, what he has, that he kind of knows where he's good at, he knows where he needs to work, and this way he has a good self-confidence, and to play with that confidence been helping him to grow and be a leader, and he never been a shy boy, that he always were being able to tell what his opinion, and I think that this mentality and focus what he has, and the mentality of being professional has put him on this position over here as well.
No ta on justkui niisugune vanakooli niisugune mängujuhi tüüpi võib-olla siis. et leiab söötudega kaaslasi, samas on näidanud, et ta on väga külma närviga mängija, suudab otsustavatel hetkedel ikkagi mängu enda peale võtta. Siin tulevadki meil, ma olen ise talle selle nalja teinud, et kui ma näen, et seal viimased minutid käivad ja Severi võtab siis oma juuksed ja paneb niimoodi taha, et siis ma tean, et okei, tulge eest ära ja andke Severile pall, et siis tuleb tavaliselt koju.
I'm really honored to be in this situation and to kind of get the love and get the like feeling of almost being from here. I don't think the fans or players or like the club even kind of keeps me as a foreigner. You know, I'm kind of already one of the local guys almost.
Kalev Cramo tänane mängujuht elab Tallinna kesklinnas koos kihlatu ja ustava koduvalvuriga. Loo peategelane võttis meid avasüli vastu ja rääkis, milline tema eluolu pealinnas välja näeb.
Unfortunately, I don't have juhlamokka right now here, but yeah, drink coffee for sure. I think there is a stat that Finnish people drink most coffee per person or something like this.
Maybe this is connected somehow with the happiness.
Yeah, I mean, somebody should make a study about it, I think. But I think with this happiness thing, it's more so that we are less depressed, if it makes any sense. Like, of course, our happiness doesn't necessarily show like we're just smiling all the time and talking to everybody. It's more like we're happy enough.
So practice is around 2 hours. So what's Severi having for breakfast today?
Today, pretty usual. Some eggs, some toast, coffee, maybe a little bit of yogurt, but definitely eggs and toast, which is my, usual breakfast that I usually make. Breakfast is, I would say, it's my favorite meal of the day. So I'm a big breakfast person. So I would never skip breakfast.
Today you're having one practice at 12. So with this kind of schedule, how does your day look like? Or are you a routine person at all?
I think I'm somewhere in between. I like to keep my routine somehow similar, but so that I can always, if there's changes that I cannot affect, then I can still do it. So it's like pretty broad picture of routines. But what my day usually looks like, it looks like wake up, take my dog out for a walk, then at some point start cooking breakfast, eat breakfast, and then go to practice. Then a light lunch, then couple hours, of time, whatever.
Do you have a special lunch place?
Rabba Casa. It's now in Krulli Kvartal. It's one of my favorites. We had it, for the past 2 years that I played here. I went there a lot, but now I haven't been going there so much lately. But
and what about dinner? Usually at home?
Yes. Especially this year. Okay, when I first got here, I was really happy with all the restaurants, and because I played before this, I played in Kaukiainen, which is like 12,000-13,000 people, so not a lot going on over there. And then I went to Levice, also a small town, in the middle of Slovakia. So when I got here, I was really happy.
Kuna ta on nii-öelda Soome väikelinnas, siis kadedaks teeb see, kui ma näen kogu aeg, kuidas ta sotsiaalmeeles paneb pilte, ta käib erinevaid restorane läbi ja igasuguseid kohti, kuhu ma ise võib-olla ei olegi jõudnud tallinlase või siis eestlasena. Et vähemalt on mehel kultuurne huvi käia igast kohti läbi ja ma arvan, kui see võimalus on siin võõras linnas tema jaoks, siis on üks mõte.
If you're enjoying your life outside of basketball also, you have a lot stuff to do outside. At least for me, it is also a pretty big thing, and I enjoy it a lot. So in Tallinn, I have nothing to complain.
You have any hobbies?
Well, Not during the basketball season.
Besides going out with the dog.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty simple and boring. Maybe I haven't had the chance to find any hobbies next to basketball because I've always played so.
But talking about the off season, any other sports you like to do? Because as I know, you played football for a long period.
Yeah, my friends in my hometown in Kotka, they have a football team, like in men's, like how do you say, like a beer league. I don't know. If
Beer league is a good one.
Beer league, yeah, like a beer league team. So that one, and then also I'm pretty on and off golfer, but it takes so much time. Then when you cannot just put in the hours that you want in golf that it needs, then you're not improving and not getting better, and you feel like you're shit. So that was one of the parts, like I don't want to go there and just feel bad for myself,
How much of a kind of a couch watcher you are? Do you have those Finnish TV channels here? Yle 1, Yle 2?
Yeah, and last year in Jukka's apartment I could watch Finnish TV all the time, but not here. I don't even have a TV right now. This is just for gaming.
So you're not a TV person?
I am a huge TV person. That's why I bought this Samsung projector. That's my TV, or our TV right now. But yeah, into your question, I'm a big, how did you say it? Couch watcher.
I don't know. I just invented it. Like you invented the beer league.
I understand what you're saying. So I'm a big sports guy overall. I like to watch different sports. Oh, I forgot my coffee. But yeah, I like to watch football, American football, basketball, occasionally ice hockey also, but not so much.
Do you also watch Estonian, Latvian league, other games, or you don't follow them?
Every once in a while, but not so much.
What about the Finnish league back at home?
I try to watch that one because there's still my good friends are playing there. When we have free evening, and now when we've, maybe in the future we have more of these one practice days when we practice in the noon or 12, 11 in the morning. So then I could watch more also Finnish league, and then watch my friends play. So that would be fun.
Fortunately or unfortunately, someday you have to finish also, Severi. You have long years ahead, but have you already thought? Will you kind of continue the legacy? Do you want to be a coach? Do you want to be a teacher? Or have you even thought about it?
Of course, it's one option still. And my dad always tells me that, like, when we call after the games or, just regular, he always says that, you know what? I have to say that you would become a really good coach if you just wanted to. Because I've always said that maybe after my basketball career, all this traveling, all this bus rides and thinking about basketball all the time, I've always thought that maybe after that, I feel like I really don't want to, keep on doing this basketball thing as a coach also, because as a coach you have to think even more all the time. So, but every year, I get, maybe there's a little like, maybe I could try. Maybe it seems pretty interesting, and maybe start from somewhere lower level with kids or whatever, just to see how coaching feels. But I don't know. It's still a work in progress to see what's gonna happen after my playing career. But like I said, I'm working on it and I'm trying to find something.
Kui kõrgele võiks ulatuda Kaukiaineni lagi, seda on arusaadavalt keeruline öelda. Töökus on ta tänaseks toonud Kalevisse, kuid parimad mängiaastad on kindlasti alles ees ootamas.
Peak of his career should be the next 5 years, and I believe that he can take the next step to go. He's physical enough to go to play, let's say, Germany and this kind of a league, or even French Pro B, Pro A. in a certain role. Like, of course, not maybe this kind of a role what he has over here, but or he can be a legend in Kalev and play here the next 5 years and be the hell of a good leader. Like, I think that I think he has the plan ready what he wants to. And
I want to check all the boxes and I want to go as far as I can. And for me, time will tell. And I feel like I'm trying to take small steps towards like bigger leagues all the time. I cannot say that, in 5 years I need to play in EuroLeague. No, if it happens, then it happens. And of course I'm hoping for it and, dreaming of it kind of, but realistically the thing is to just take small steps forward all the time and then time will tell where I'll end up, but definitely, I'm trying to get the highest level possible.
Meie kodumaast on saanud Kalevi tagamehe jaoks mitmes mõttes eriline koht. Nimelt tegi ta tulevasel abikaasale ettepaneku just Tallinnas ja mõneti üllatuslikult saab ka eesoota pulmapidu toimumas samas linnas.
It comes back to this that I proposed her in Tallinn. Yeah, I mean, we went to the beach and in the evening I had set up a little date for us and, then I proposed. And it was because, well, we both grew up in Kotka, like we spoke, and it's next to the sea, so it has been a big part for both of us and we like it. So, it was only fitting to do it next to or right beside the sea. So, yeah, and that's why we are getting married here. I'm really happy about it and really looking forward to the wedding.
Soomlane Severi Kaukiainen on meie liigast tõepoolest justkui juba oma poiss. Kahtlemata intelligentne ja siiras, just selline, nagu need õnnelikud põhjanaabrid meil kipuvad olema.